Hello, What Culture? My name is Simon Miller, and before we get started, Happy New Year! And that puts a smile on my face, because as I said, towards the back end of 2018, it means we're not dead. And really, when you think about it, that's all that matters. You wake up in the morning, realize, I'm still alive. Now I can go enjoy some wrestling. But we do put one more foot into the last 12 months, because even though it was a Happy New Year episode of Raw, it technically happened the last day of 2018. So let's wrap it up, let's put it to bed, and let's up those downs for the last ever episode of WWE's flagship Monday night program of the last year. Let's up those downs. And what indeed did kick this off? Well, it was Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre in a steel cage. And it was alright, nothing special, but it made me feel like a happy little boy getting it up. And let's not forget, instead of the usual long promo that usually kicks things off, we did get a match, and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler no doubt held their own. They smashed each other into the steel, and at one point even crotched each other onto the ropes. And if you are wondering, that hurts your penis. Yep. Cut to Finn Balor in the back, who was watching things as if he had broken his neck. And you know what I'm talking about. It's when WWE wrestlers watch the TV like this. Imagine the TV is like here, so it's behind me, and they will watch it like this, because obviously you need to be able to see who they are, but they also need to pretend that they're watching the TV screen. As we are in a new era, WWE, please kill that. It is ridiculous. Anyway, before long, McIntyre got the win after slamming Ziggler with 2 Claymore kicks. And given that Dolph basically spent the entire match trying to escape, I'm going to guess that this is the start of Drew McIntyre's push to the big time. This was cemented too when McIntyre returned to the ring, took a steel chair, kind of wedged it against Dolph Ziggler's face, and then Claymore kicked him again against the steel. Then he got on the mic and he said, look, this is over. In 2019, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to become the Universal Champion. And let's be fair, he probably is. Shane McMahon and Triple H then arrived in a limo backstage, and you should really go out of your way to watch this, because it looked like a cutscene that you'd get in a WWE video game. Shane danced around the game as he looked on like a disapproving dad. In fact, I actually think I saw this in like Here Comes the Pain or something like that. Weird. Then, much like the Christmas episode, we have to get a bunch of weird vignettes with WWE Superstars telling us what they wanted from the new year. Finn Balor wants his Universal title back. Ember Moon wants to win the Women's Raw Rumble, and the Ascension would like to be tag team champions. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Then we had Lucha House Party, who said they just wanted 2019 to be their year. That was lame, Lucha House Party. That was really, really lame. Seth Rollins arrived next to see out 2018. Get up. Originally, he wanted a rematch against Dean Ambrose, but then Triple H came out and said, well, you ain't getting it, Seth, because as we've said time and time again, automatic rematches are now dead. You're going to have to go and earn it. So I assume Seth is going to get a paper round. This sparked some back and forth between the two, including Triple H reminding us all that at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, Seth did indeed whip his ass, and I like that. It made Rollins feel like a big deal. Seth also said he's been carrying the show for the past year, especially as Brock Lesnar doesn't want to turn up to work, and if Triple H isn't careful, he will bring the old Seth Rollins back, which I'm going to assume is a lot like the old Stone Cold. And I like the old Stone Cold. Remember that angle he came out, everyone went crazy? Nostalgia feels. Eventually, Trips did put him in a match against Bobby Lashley. And do you know what Seth said to this? He said, okay, I'm going to burn him down. Rollins, whoa, bring it back. That means you're going to kill him. That means you're going to make some fire and you're going to burn Bobby Lashley. I would strongly suggest you don't do that. It may be a little bit too much. And then you ain't getting no IC title rematch. Your ass going to jail. Shane McMahon then saw an opportunity to deal with this IC championship situation, and he danced out like he does and said, look guys, you've got to calm down because I'm here to announce the Fresh Start Battle Royal. And that's actually what he called it, the Fresh Start Battle Royal. That was more lame than the Lucha House Party idiots saying they wanted 2019 to be their year. What is the deal? The match itself, though, is getting up. The participants were as follow too, and you're going to have to bear with me here because there was a lot of people. But we had Finn Balor, we had Apollo Crews, we had Baron Corbin, we had No Way Jose, we had Kurt Hawkins, we had Zack Ryder, we had Victor, we had Connor, we had the Lucha House Party, we had Titus O'Neil, we had the B-Team, Mojo Rawley, Tyler Breeze, and if you can believe it, Repo Man. Repo Man was not there. Either way, Apollo Crews won and he eliminated Baron Corbin to take the victory. And what a fall Baron has had over the last month or so. He was running the show, now he's getting thrown out of Battle Royales and can't even get an IC Championship match. Sorry Baron, you suck. He's still wearing his suit for some reason and I don't know why, but the best part was when WWE teased that Kurt Hawkins may actually win. He almost threw Baron Corbin out and I wanted to see it. I think the fans wanted to see it. I could feel a buzz. Let's use 2019 to use Kurt Hawkins more. Use 2019 to use Kurt Hawkins. It rolls off the tongue. Probably not going to see it. Quick interview with Apollo afterwards, who said he can think of no better way to end 2018 and start the new year by becoming the Intercontinental title holder. Oh, Apollo. Natalya promo next, and she said while she has had a topsy-turvy year, she's going to enter the Women's Royal Rumble and try again against her best friend Ronda Rousey. And then she got attacked by Nia Jax and Tamina. Ugh. Down. Another down too, because for some reason we have returned to the feud of Baron Corbin versus Elias, and I can't figure out what the deal was. What's that? When did that change? I thought we'd seen it. I thought we were in a new era. I thought we weren't going to go back to things. Now we've gone back to things, taking my finger, putting it to the ground, down. Corbin was in the ring moaning about all the things that I mentioned around about 3 minutes ago, and then Elias came out, he sung his little song. He said that Baron Corbin was a pile of crap. I mean, that was the point he was making. He didn't actually say, Baron Corbin, you're a pile of crap, but I'm sure we'll get that down the line. Then they had a brawl, and eventually Elias got the upper hand. Now look, this may be fine down the line, but in the context of a show where I'm expecting brand new exciting things, I don't need to see Elias versus Baron Corbin again. Bayley, Sasha Banks and Ember Moon then got their revenge against the Riot Squad, because you remember they attacked them last week after Bayley had smashed Sarah Logan with her elbow. 1, 2, 3. The good guys won. I mean, that was it. All right, thanks. Hey there, how you doing? Have a nice day. Looking forward to the next 12 months. Give it an up, because why not? Go to the shops, don't forget the milk and the bread, otherwise you won't be able to eat. A Braun Strowman video package was then slotted in to remind us how much devastation he caused in 2018, but it was basically just showing Kevin Owens getting beaten up. I don't like that. I like Kevin Owens. I can't wait to see him back. That's why I'm going to get biased here. Give it a down. As for Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley though, well, that's going to get an up. The main story here was that Lio Rush kept interrupting, and that pissed Seth Rollins off so much that he just got a chair at one point and started laying into Bobby Lashley. And that of course meant he lost by DQ, but again, earlier we were talking about the old Seth Rollins and he had a crazy look in his eye. Maybe he has returned from his magic portal of doom. Also, if burning it down does mean going absolutely psychotic with a chair on Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley, that's exactly what happened here. He laid into them for around about 5 minutes and he didn't hold back either. He also gave Lio Rush a curb stomp for good measure, and this is probably exactly what Triple H wanted. And does anybody else get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, we could be building to Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? I hope so, and I would like it. Maybe even Triple H is a special guest referee. He hurt his pec. Maybe he can't take on Batista anymore. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe that takes something away, but look, the seeds are there. I like the seeds. 3 bizarre segments back to back now, because not only did we have the same NXT call-up video that we've seen for the last few weeks, we saw a mad Ronda Rousey staring at the camera as Natalya just walked back and forth, and we learned that next week, yeah, John Cena's gonna be on Raw. Dull. Down. Heath Slater and Rhino were a tag team again next, which begs the question, how the hell did the Man Beast get his job back? He got fired, then 7 days ago he was just pretending to be Santa, and that's it. Nothing in between was filled in, unless of course because he was Father Christmas, maybe he gave himself a WWE contract for the festive season, he signed it, and the McMahons were like, look, if you want to go to that much effort, you can just come back, Rhino. Either way, they lost to Jinder and the Singh brothers here in a handicap match. Down. Then there was more New Year nonsense, and we got some earlier too with No Way Jose and the Riot Squad, but Dean Ambrose said he's going to beat Apollo Crews, ruin his 2019 before it even starts. The Revival are going to take on Gable and Rude for the championships on next week's episode of Raw, which makes no sense by the way, because I thought automatic rematches clauses were done away with, but clearly I was wrong. Clearly I made a mistake somewhere down the road, and Bayley and Sasha Banks want to win those brand new women's tag team belts, which, by the way, apparently are going to be able to go on both Raw and SmackDown. And if we do that, but the World Champ, the IC Champ, the US Champ, the Men's Tag Team Champs, and who knows what other belts can't do it, you are going to confuse my brain no end. Either way, whatever, up. It was then Apollo Crews versus Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship. and I just don't get it, so it's going to get an up, and it's going to get a down. Breaking the system. Here's the thing though, during that Battle Royal we talked about earlier, the commentators really put over how well Apollo did. They said, look how many people he's thrown out. Maybe Apollo Crews has come back to the dance after admittedly a pretty poor showing on the main roster. Then 1 hour later, he loses to Dean. Now look, it was a good match and that's where the up comes from, but how did this help Crews at all? He's in the exact same place he was before this episode began. The ending was pretty sudden too, because while Apollo was whipping out all these cool moves, he just slammed him with the Dirty Deeds, 1, 2, 3. That was that, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I do like how the Dirty Deeds is a proper, like, terrifying finisher, because if you do get hit with it, you're out cold, but I'm just intrigued as where we go from here. I mean, Dean Ambrose is still your champion. He kept talking about Seth Rollins, so we are going to see that match again at some point. I don't know. Just shrug my shoulders. And up for Alexa Bliss though, because she told us obviously she's no longer the GM of the women's division on Raw, so instead she's gonna debut her brand new talk show next week known as A Moment of Bliss or A Beautiful Bliss or something like that. And look, these segments, as Shane McMahon said, are actually a little bit antiquated. How many times have we seen talk shows in the past? Well, I actually think Alexa Bliss will do all right with it, and her first guest is gonna be Ronda Rousey, something to be excited about. Brock Lesnar is gonna be on Raw next week too, and maybe that's his New Year's resolution, to actually turn up to his job. Yeah, right. Confusingly, we then ended this show with Ronda Rousey and Natalya as a tag team taking on Tamina and Nia Jax. Not really the most exciting thing in the world. I mean, it was okay. It didn't offend me, but you know, gonna get it down. Again, it was fine, and it was a cool segment at the beginning because Ronda Rousey was so mad what they'd done to her best friend. As soon as the match had started, she just unloaded on Nia Jax and Tamina, and as always, looked like she's gonna kill you. That's her little tagline, she says, Ronda Rousey's gonna kill you. From here, it was just a match though, and the ending came when Tamina went for her big splash, but Ronda reversed it into the armbar, and Tamina tapped out quicker than you can say, oh my gosh, didn't Tamina tap out quickly? And that's cool, because much like the Dirty Deeds, you can believe in the armbar now, people are scared of it. And that was that, we're done with Raw in 2018, and I still think it was fun, even though we are still ironing over some of the cracks. But I truly believe in 2019, we're gonna get a better product, or at least that's what I want to believe, especially because within the last 24 hours, All Elite Wrestling, my friends, is a real thing. Maybe 2019 is the year when a new WCW rises from the ashes. I know that's like believing big and over-dreaming. That's what I do. That's what I do. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's episode of Raw. Like, share, and subscribe. You head on over to WhatCulture.com and you read yourself some articles. Then you go to Twitter, you follow WhatCulture at WhatCulture WWE, and you're on WhatCulture Wrestling. You're probably hungover from your New Year's Eve party, so just go and watch a load of videos. It'll make the day go faster, I guarantee. Not a guarantee. My name is Simon Miller, this was WhatCulture Wrestling, and look, Happy New Year. Have a great 12 months, believe in your dreams, and your dreams will believe in you. I stole that from someone called Daniel Bryan, and I will be seeing you. Well, I'll be seeing you loads this week. We're going to up those downs for SmackDown, and then on Friday, we've got a show known as Wrestle Kingdom 13, and we're going to up those downs for that as well. Make sure you tune in. I look forward to seeing your smiling faces, and also, I'll see you soon.